Earlier this week in Sudan, Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, RSF's leader, better known as Hemeti, announced a ceasefire in an audio recording broadcast on Al Arabiya television on Tuesday. The ceasefire is set to take effect on Tuesday and Wednesday. Although Hemeti had condemned abuses carried out against civilians, including those by his own RSF, his soldiers have committed atrocities that will pass for war crimes. Reports have linked the RSF to violations in Darfur City, which left a rotten corpse on the street.
Well, according to AFP, 14 civilians were killed in a battle over Khartoum's main police base between the army and the paramilitary force on Sunday, while the army accused the RSF of carrying out a flagrant attack against state institutions to protect civilians. The latter claimed a military victory. The headquarters is under our complete control, and we have seized a large number of vehicles armed and ammunition, said the RSF. The conflict in Sudan, which began in April, has killed about 2,800 people. According to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, the army and paramilitary outfits have claimed they killed or captured hundreds of their enemies, and millions of people have been forced to flee the country.
Muslims gathered for Eid al-Adha prayers in Port Sudan on Wednesday as fighting raged on in Khartoum and West Darfur. RSF paramilitary commander General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo announced on Monday a two-day unilateral truce in advance of the Muslim holiday. Dagalo expressed hope the holiday will provide an opportunity to reconciliation among the Sudanese people, acknowledging the challenging humanitarian conditions caused by the war.
Well, in the televised address on Tuesday, General Abdel Fattah el-Burhan also called for a unilateral ceasefire and called on young men to defend the country by joining the armed forces. But in recent days, fighting has intensified after a series of ceasefires deals agreed are talks led by the United States and Saudi Arabia in Jeddah failed to stick. According to the United Nations, the conflict is worsening to alarming levels in the Sudan's west, with Western nations condemning widespread human rights violations, conflict-related sexual violence, and targeted ethnic violence in Darfur.
Now, Eid al-Adha, or the Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most important Muslim holidays, marking the culmination of the annual Hajj in Saudi Arabia. The raging war, scarcity of humanitarian aid, and the refugee crisis make for dire celebrations. We can only imagine what celebrations would have been like around the world without ongoing wars like this.